Ian, we have a Patreon poll topic now. I'm going to regret. How do you access the Patreon?
Well, Patrick, you go to patreon.com/cupodcast and money is involved. Money.
Well, you make it sound like a bank transfer with an ATM card.
Kind of.
Put your ATM card in.
You deposit the money, and the machine spits out CU podcast related
items. It's like a vending machine.
But yeah, it's like a kind of. Sure.
You get stuck, you bang on it, Ian gets a top, writing comes out at the bottom.
Yeah, you hit it hard enough and writing appears. I do writings more or less weekly. I do a monthly hangout. You get the full video podcast early, and we do these little Q&A polls that you vote on, and we answer. Patrick, what do we got this week?
Well, Ian, in third place on the Patreon poll, this is one of the tightest three-way races ever. This was like a WWE WrestleMania 20 match, going back and forth, throwing people out of the ring left and right. Tips for a new game store employee, third place at 29%. In second place, are Nintendo fans being entitled for wanting a Nintendo Direct, or should Nintendo have better communication with their fans? 33%. That was kind of clickbaity. And in number one, it happened after like 10 weeks on the charts, moving up. This was the most votes ever overall in terms of a poll topic.
I think they more voted for this just to get it off the list than anything.
I don't know, Ian. There was a strong backing. What video game, Ian, should be turned into a Broadway musical?
So this is the week where I go, you're going to have to carry this because I've put very little thought into this.
Oh, really?
And I know you've put a lot of thought into this. So we're going to let Pat go ahead and hit us with what he thinks would make a great Broadway musical video game.
Well, you have different categories of, I'm a big musical guy, Ian. Big. You have different categories of musicals. You got the ones that are more like parodies. You got comedy. You have more operatic ones like Phantom of the Opera or Cats, which is just weird. So I was thinking...
It's just strange.
Well, it was always strange. Now and Forever at the Winter Garden Theater. Commercial on the East Coast. We saw that all the time. Wasn't Now and Forever, by the way. So I was thinking of like what, different categories of games. What would be like the more operatic, traditional one? And I thought Castlevania could fit it.
Yes,
perfectly. You got the outfits already. You got the Belmont family seeking, trying to clear their name and vendettas.
I was thinking this one as well. There's lots of opportunity for good song numbers about your historical past and about how be operatic, maybe even.
Yeah, each boss could sing something. You get to each boss, and it's a nice cut in the musical, like Medusa. Like you'd be like before you do a little battle, and
Frankenstein and Igor could do a little number.
A little two numbers,
shoe,
jumps around, a little soft shoe. Obviously, you had the Medusa heads playing in there. I think that could be a fun little thing, and I'm surprised now that I think about it that there hasn't been video game musicals that have been tried, even like small. Maybe there has been, but I
mean, you've got your XYZ on Ice, but that's not really music. There's Mortal Kombat on Ice.
I never heard of that.
Was it on Ice or was it just a stage show?
It was a stage show, at least.
Yeah, it was definitely a stage show.
Do they have a lot of songs on the Ice? I never saw it on Ice in my life. On Ice? Did they really do that?
Was it Mortal Kombat on Ice? They definitely did a stage show.
I don't think it was on Ice, Ian. That would be nuts for little 7-year-olds to watch, decapitations and spines being ripped out.
I'll have to check back with Ray and Ali, the guy who wrote the NBA Jam book. He's posted about it on his Twitter.
It was a stage show. They did a live tour.
They did a live tour.
The 90s, as an aside,
it was king. Live tours were king.
Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, they did with the original cast. They went all around.
Yep.
On the live tours. This is kind of still pre-internet,
Now I want to see Mortal Kombat on Ice.
Well, you can. I think that the actress I got for that ended up being the actress as Sonya in the third one. That's how I remember that. Anyway, back to the musicals, Ian.
Yes.
So you have your operatic stuff. Would there be a good comedy Broadway musical based on video games? Anything humorous that can make it? Could Parappa be a musical? Could be that it's just music built in.
Yeah, Parappa could be a musical. I also keep thinking, and I don't know why.
Puppets or Parappa, or just you dress up and
you'd have to dress up. Shitty costumes. I was also thinking, and I don't know why, but this has entered my head more than once, and I think maybe it's because the game is what's the fucking word I'm trying to use? The game is portrayed as like a TV show. Rockin' Cats. Maybe a little.
You had to fit Rockin' Cats. Maybe a year.
Maybe a little Rockin' Cats musical.
Okay. How? Because each stage is themed, right? And Rockin' Cats different channel.
Yeah, each stage would be themed. It would be a different set.
Would the stage be set as the TV though? Since you're watching it on TV.
Yes, I believe so.
And someone comes out and turns the channel. A giant clicker.
Change the channel. Curtains draw. Props change. Curtains open.
Give me an example for a ditty.
Song number. I don't know. I'm not singing right now, Patrick.
The extension of the arm is like one of the songs itself.
Perhaps. But yeah.
Now, this is a question I have to ask you. For your video game musical, do you have to stick with the music that was in that game? Or could you just use that as a basis and go off on your own?
You could just use it as a basis. So many musicals just fucking make up songs out of whole cloth.
Well, yeah, but they didn't have songs that they could use.
Sure, I think you would want to obviously use some. You would want some hints of the music from the video game source material in there. But I think you could just go off and do your own things too.
Would Wally Bear be a good musical, Ian?
For
the kids?
For like an assembly,
yeah, an assembly
at like second and third graders, yes.
The announcement at 1 p.m. today, we have the Wally Bear. It's a little tour group that goes around, a little shitty touring group.
Yes. Everyone must gather in the assembly for Wally Bear the musical.
That was my gym. It was my gym where they had the stage.
When I was in Catholic school, it was a gym as well with a stage at the far end.
My gym at Catholic school, which was built it was built when I was fairly young, still it was brand new. It had the weird tight woven carpet. It wasn't wood floors. You ever hear this before? It was like that tight carpet that was as hard as a floor.
Yes.
Is that what you had too?
Yeah.
So if like you tripped and fell, you got, the worst rug burn ever that ever existed.
Oh yeah, falling on the stage. That's weird that you bring it up because I'm only remembering it now, but falling on stage was something no one wanted to do. It fucking hurt.
That it was hard enough to bounce a basketball, that rug. Like it wasn't even I don't know what was that material.
I don't know. Maybe
you know what I mean? Like you couldn't like separate out the fibers of it. It was that tightly woven. Okay, is there a game that you think would that didn't perform well as I forgot about one to do as operatic. God of War would be a great musical, wouldn't it?
God of War would probably work out very well, yeah.
As an actual opera, not even as a musical, because it's all like gods and themes and
Dark Souls could possibly do it too, because it's very, very dark and moody. There's a lot of like lore to it.
Okay.
I think you could do
like medieval stuff, or
yeah, a dark like operatic theme to it. But I know you have one that you're thinking of, Pat.
Yes, Ian, I do have one I've thought of. Because I thought of what is one of the earliest NES games that really had a real story to it, and also combined with great moodiness and great songs.
Wonderful soundtrack.
And we're talking Ninja Gaiden.
We are.
We had cutscenes. One of the first games that had a cutscene on a console, not the first, that told you the story and laid out the stakes for you, but then also had just great music behind it. So it's like it was a musical in and of itself.
Right.
I mean, it had acts to it.
Yes.
It had acts. I mean, it's staged as a musical, basically, Ninja Gaiden. So, Ian. No, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. I had a feeling that this was going to come up as a topic, based upon the early, they do the early
numbers.
The early numbers came in with polling. They get the exit polls.
Yeah.
So I decided we cannot do this topic without me trying to sing a little ditty.
All right.
That I did. So this will be my Ninja Gaiden the musical. But keep in mind, I did not practice this more than once, and I wrote this before we did the podcast today. But hey, you voted for this on Patreon. People on YouTube, if you want to prevent this from happening, join the Patreon and vote against topics like this.
Yeah,
that's how I'm doing the hard sell here. So let me bring it up right now. Do I have it open here to sing to you? This is the intro to Ninja Gaiden. I will name this song "My Father's Gone." Okay. God, I hope I don't screw this up. Gone, my father's gone into the abyss. His life is gone and done. Now he is dead. Fought with a ninja, stabbed in the head. My father is so very, very dead. My father's gone, raised as his son. My father's dead and gone, oh dead. He taught me skills like how to kill with stars and sword. Avenge him, I will. Time for me to be real brave. Get on a ship to the USA. My revenge will soon be one day. Hey, that's not bad.
You did it.
I kind of flubbed the line with it. You see where I'm going with that, though.
Took far more balls than, yeah, that was good. It was good. Glad you got that out of your system.
Was that as better than you expected it? Come on.
It was good.
I kind of kept with it. It's kind of hard to cadence that up.
You did. You kept up with the tune. It, I mean, you know, for something you wrote this morning, it was beautiful. It's really bringing a tear to my eye.
Well, Ian, that's more exciting you've ever gotten for anything I've ever done in my life. So there you go.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. I retweeted your
Flea Market Madness?
Yeah.
You're so excited you couldn't remember what you retweeted.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm vibing off that tune. So yeah, I mean, I think that pretty much ends that conversation, and we'll never have to revisit it again. So I'd like to thank everyone who voted for that topic and finally got it off of the list.
Hey, Brental Floss, I know you're putting up season 12 of your new music videos. I'm coming for you, Brent. I'm coming for you.
Yeah.